The way the media covers a story tells you so much about them. Now, I'm a conservative Christian, so my take is very different from Vice and BuzzFeed. And though we may try, our biases will sometimes slip through. But let me ask you something that should be pretty objective. Is there a difference in someone perishing attempting to climb Mount Everest and someone perishing running into a burning building to save those within? Well, not to many in the mainstream media who believe a 27-year-old American missionary who was murdered attempting to help people was, quote, an adventure seeker. Wow, that's illuminating. I'm Ben Davies. This is Pure Hollywood. We've all seen these media slants, right? Like a free speech rally is attacked by Antifa. And many in the mainstream media will say free speech rally people incite violence. And you're like, wait, what? Who came there to attack? Wait, do Antifa rallies get attacked? Do pride marches get attacked? Do pro-abortion marches get shut down? No. The right almost never, if ever, attacks other events, but somehow, some way, it's the right's fault. The right just brings it on itself. And in this tragic story, John Cho, the American missionary, was killed after he reached North Sentinel Island, which is banned from outside contact and is illegal to travel to, which is probably why you haven't heard of it. And John was killed when he reached the island by the native people, the Sentinelese, who have been isolated and cut off from the world for thousands of years. So, how would the mainstream media paint this story? Well, USA Today was pretty clear, leading with a headline saying, quote, American on misplaced adventure killed by hostile tribes on remote island. Very subtle. NBC said, quote, American killed by isolated tribe on India's North Sentinel Island, police say. And then they lead it with, quote, an American adventurer who kayaked to a remote Indian island populated by a tribe known for shooting outsiders with bows and arrows has been killed, police say Wednesday. Yeah, this adventurer got what was coming to him. And LA Times leads with its first quote, calling John an American tourist. The mainstream media is quick to lump John's actions into an adventure seeker, a tourist, or a risk taker, painting the story for the readers that John's acts were all self-seeking, self-serving, risking his life solely for the thrill. And I guess he just got what was coming to him. Well, let me give you some more details from his actual journals and the last entries of it. John said, quote, I'm scared, watching the sunset and it's beautiful, crying a bit, wondering if it'll be the last sunset I see, unquote. Quote, you guys may think I'm crazy in all this, but I think it's worthwhile to declare Jesus to these people. God, I don't want to die, unquote. And despite knowing the danger, John had been planning this trip for 3 years, as mentioned by a friend to the Daily Mail, to, quote, preach Christianity to the tribesmen. Yeah, it really sounds like he was trying to get an adrenaline rush, right? And on his final day, the fisherman who dropped him off said, quote, John found himself facing a flurry of arrows, but he kept walking. Tribe then tied a rope around his neck and dragged his body away. Does that sound like a tourist or adventure seeker to you? Now, whether if you believe like John believed that God called him to help these people and help give them hope in a future, you must at least acknowledge this was not for some selfish thrill, but rather attempt to give hope to a people who have been cut off and forgotten by the world. Which brings us back to the main point. Why the slant? And what do you think the headlines would read if a Muslim man attempted to reach this island to spread Allah? Or even a feminist who traveled to the island to empower the local women with education and even opportunities off the island? What do you think would happen? What do you think the slant would be in the media? Would they be called adventure seeker or tourist? Or would we have to declare a national holiday in a moment of silence? I can only imagine. But I think at the very least, John Cho should be remembered with admiration. If only we all had the same conviction to lay our lives down for those in need. I'm Ben Davies. This is Pure Hollywood. Did you enjoy that video? Of course you enjoyed that video. So now you need to become a premium member to the Rebel. That way you have first access to Pure Hollywood and the entire Rebel lineup.